Hi, my name is Jennifer. I am a Creative Memories advisor. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to do a layout from page 32 using the You Got This collection, Creative Memories collection from the 101 Ideas and Sketches book. So let's get started. So there is 2 photos and it's got a larger title with a photo mat and some journaling and some embellishments. And today we're going to be using the You Got This collection from Creative Memories. This has been one of my favorite collections, especially if you have teenagers. And I have found lots of uses for it, from friends, from just everyday events and things that happen within a teenager's life. So it has been good. I have purchased many different or reordered many different parts and pieces. And you can kind of see that what I do is I keep my collections in the project folders. So I have a bunch of scraps in here, and I've got the stickers and the die cuts and enamels in here. But it's dwindling down to next to nothing, and I'll be sad when it's gone. So hopefully there'll be another collection coming out soon that relates well for teenagers. So you can kind of see what I've got. I have a shell of an idea of what we're going to do today. My idea here was to kind of use up some of my extra pieces. I do have 2 laser borders. We're going to use one of them, not sure which one. And the largest challenge is going to be the border in the middle. I kind of landed on the rainbow ripple. And so that's what this top one is. And then we're going to do the notebook edge. And that's going to be on this bottom spot. And then hopefully, if all goes well, one of these 2 laser edges will be in the middle. And I haven't planned this one out as much as I typically plan out the pages. So we're just going to kind of roll with this one today and see where it takes us. Goal is going to be to kind of maximize the page usage. This was a scrap, and so in the sketch they have it coming down a lot further. I'm going to try to hide or mask some of that with the border, with this edge here, or the embellishment in the middle, and we'll go from there. And then this is one of the matte packs, or one of the cards out of the matte packs. It's my very last one. Somehow I did magically use all these matte packs, or all the cards up in there. I either cut them up or I used them as mats with some photos. So the first thing I'm going to do, so this background doesn't keep moving on me, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some repositionable adhesive on the back just to tack it down a little bit so that it stays on my mat and doesn't move around while I'm trying to measure and keep things even, if you will. So just a little bit of adhesive back there will do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to attach some of the things that I know where I want them to be, and then we'll kind of go from there on the rest of it. So I'm going to create this outside triangle, and I have 2 photos. I have a group of kids did some bonding. They play soccer together. So they did some team bonding, and I've got some pictures or group photos of the event. They went to an escape room. So I've got some photos that I'm going to put here after I have this all complete. So I'm going to tack these down, or get these down so that I've got my shell so I know what I'm working with here. And the white they're just 4x6 photos, so I did cut the white pieces a little bit larger so that I don't have to trim my photos. I can just drop them right on the page. And I was actually kind of excited because I was trying to figure out how I was going to use this last mat here. So I was like, well, this is a good page for that. Seize the day. I have no idea if they actually got out of the escape room or not. I never asked that question, but I'm sure they had fun. All right, because I had no idea what I was going to try to do as far as the border goes on here, and I'm probably going to raise it up pretty far too, so we'll have to see how that all kind of shakes out as well. But I did pre-cut this because I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to like it or not. And again, so this was the Rainbow Ripple Punch by Creative Memories. So that's that one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use our border maker system. I'm going to pop in the notebook edge cartridge, and this is a edge punch, which means that it's only going to cut a portion of it, and it's going to leave this part attached to whatever. So it's just going to trim this bottom edge for us. And I did do some pre-measuring to try to guess how wide I needed this spot to be. So right now, from the solid part is about 1.25 inches, a little over 1.25 inches is what I have left for as far as space goes. So let's pop this in and we will get started on putting the border together. I'm gonna move this out of my way. And we're gonna be a little bit delicate here because I do have this cut on this side. So we're gonna see how this goes. I haven't used it like this before. And I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the Post-it note trick too to try to help give it a little bit more support and give this some more, something else to grab onto, if you will. And so all you do to use the border maker system is to flip out this gray piece, slide your cardstock all the way in, and I'm gonna actually take this out because it'll be easier to put the Post-it notes on. Use this Post-it note trick all the time. It has been nice. It's been good to try to use up some scrap pieces that are long, and you only need like 2, but if you wanted to get if you wanted to make sure nothing really moves, you're welcome to add as many Post-its you want. And you can always reuse them too. Like I usually reuse them. The Post-it notes will get cut up, and that's typically about the time that I throw it out. So the border maker system does have a notch here, and then there's a notch, there's 6 notches along here. That is where you kind of slide the cartridge into. Press down, and then you just keep moving it along and just keep it on the table and move it down, and if all goes well, it is nice and smooth and you don't run into any problems. And I've got some extras here that I'm just gonna toss. And so then we're gonna take the Post-it notes off, put those to the side, and now we are left with this for our border. And again, I wasn't sure. I got 2 of these left. Not sure which one I was going to use. But I knew I needed something solid underneath so that you didn't get with a busy top here. And then I wanted something down here. I didn't want it just to be straight and like a straight line across the bottom. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to use this one just because it takes up a little bit more room. So we'll slide that one off to the side and save that for another day. And we'll bring our 13 by 13 mat back. And I'm gonna try to lay this out a little bit first before I start attaching things. So bear with me as I attach everything and lay stuff out. And figure out what else I'm going to use up from this collection. Kind of down to some of the bare bones on it. But first we'll glue this down. And I've got a silicone mat that I'm going to use, which is great because, actually, do I want this one or do I want the blue? Ooh, decisions. Oh no, I can't decide now. I'm gonna stick with the darker one. This would pop off of there too, but I'm gonna go with the darker one. All right, So I'm going to use my repositionable adhesive, or you could use glue. Either one of those would work for this one. But if you use a silicone mat and you just run the repositionable adhesive down, it won't stick to the mat. It'll only stick to the item you got on the mat. And this is a nice small size, which has been great. We're going to do the best we can to try to center this. I could probably shimmy that over a little bit. Okay. All right, so we got that one put together. And with the photo that I've got in mind for here, the kids are down here, and so it's not a big deal if this top section gets covered up. So I've already kind of accounted for and planned for that. Let's see, then in the sketch it does have some embellishments up here, down here, and over here for the three different spots. So we're gonna see if we can pull enough of my extra pieces together to create that trio effect on the layout. I may not do the same exact things that they've got going on, but it'll be close. So I'm gonna probably just put all kinds of stuff all over the place here. These are kind of my remnants of what I have left. So you'll see me kind of move these in and out to try to come up with something that looks pleasing to the eye. And I have lots of these enamels left. So somehow I feel like we need to use these. All right, so I think I'm gonna go with a variation of this. I'm gonna layer some of these. You can see I was not very successful at using the enamel pieces, but maybe I'll find some spots for them here after I get all of this kind of stuck down on the page. right, well, I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. You could see I was kind of toying with angling it or not. But at the end of the day, I think it looks good like this. I did add a couple of layers of dimension to the page, so it just kind of helped give a little bit of a dimensional look. And this one, I didn't tack it down yet because I obviously have to put the photo here. And you also saw me not really push down on this yet either until I can get that photo in there. But other than that, I think this one came together pretty quick and easy. My biggest challenge was this. And I also don't typically put, on the decorative edges like this, I don't typically try to put too much adhesive or anything like that either. So I've got a little bit of journaling that I can put in here yet, and then add my photos, and this one's done. Thanks for watching, and enjoy how you can use sketches in your scrapbooking to try to help speed things up.